If a son or a daughter is living with their mother, they block if they're 18, right? They block their own energy for families, their own family. Instead, they start focusing on their mother or on their father if they're living in one house. So, if you have, and you're young, if you have a very close relationship with your mother and you listen to her advice and you take her opinion as something very important, then you gotta keep in mind that this is not sustainable because your life will be governed by your mother's laws and entities and not by your own. But what you need to do is be self-sufficient. The best state for you is maintaining a distance with your parents, and they can take part in your life as a sage if they've achieved everything in their lives. If they're happy, if they're rich, if they're healthy, if they look young, if they have a lot of hobbies and passions, if they have a love for life. But if they live in the way I just described to you, and you call them and say, Mom, Dad, so their principle is basically you call them and you're like, Mom, Dad, can I come visit? And she says, you know what? No. We've got our own lives now, we've got our own party going on, we're gonna watch a movie, gonna drink some wine, and then, what are you here for? You're old, you're adult, let's live on our own, let's live separately. And I can say that I know people who live in such families, and for example, the way I interact with my daughter is like she messaged me, Dad, I got my driver's license, and I messaged her, congrats. Or, Dad, it's time to pay for my college tuition. And I say, all right. And she says, I got the money, thank you. That's how it works. And when nothing special happened to her, like she didn't get a license, or let's say she's already paid for her tuition, then we cannot talk for 3 or 4 weeks on end. And that's all right. It's normal. I don't call her. I don't message her. She calls me or messages me, but mostly she messages me because you can't really call me these days when something happens to her or when she needs something. For example, she needs to ask me a question. And when I look at how long we spent talking, I don't think we've ever talked for longer than 2 minutes. So, what is it that I want to say? If an adult is busy living their life, if everything is good, they're not going to take part in other people's lives. The only reason we want to take part in other people's lives is because we want to live someone else's life instead of living our own. It's easy to live another person's life. You come there like an elephant in a china shop. You trample everything, you break everything down, you change the furniture, you do the damage, and you leave.